I need a haircut. Oh my god. We are in, technically it's my parents' garage, more like my dad's garage, because all this stuff here is his, fishing wise. All that fishing stuff is his. That engine is mine over there in the corner, you can see. That's a 2.3 stroker 4G63. The rest, all his. My toolbox, actually a bunch of my packages. That's my toolbox as well. Just cause, I'll show you. And most of this is filled with my stuff, and boxes filled with parts unused. There's a cylinder head. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff. We're gonna unbox some of these. Two of them already opened. Well, three. One I didn't even receive it. My uncle got it, but it's for me and it's for the Focus. The other stuff, guess I'll have to find out. As you guys can see, quite a few packages. These two just came for me. That box is pretty dirty. And these three just came for me. All those four just came for me. I used to see a lot of Rock Auto stuff, and got my little pooch, Mia. Oh, here with me. She's a little goof. So we're gonna unbox these things, but we'll be doing that right after I find myself a knife. Who needs a knife when you got yourself a razor blade? Not quite rusty, so at least you might not get tetanus. So I guess we'll open up this one first here. Or we'll try anyway. Seems like it's almost started coming apart as it is. So, I know what most of these are going to be. I just don't know what box has what in it. Because I know what I've ordered, but I don't know. Like, Rock Auto's famous for sending things in multiple packages. Why? I don't know. They must keep stuff in different warehouses, and I guess I don't really know how Rock Auto works 100%, so whatever. So I know I've got, well, you know what, I'm just gonna make you guys sit and wonder until I get this thing open. If I can find the seam. But I've got quite a few shipments. There's actually some stuff that I even ordered that I'm waiting on, and that actually, I didn't order any of it. It was supposed to be getting sent to me. It was a replacement hat for me because I had a company's branded hat that I was wearing for quite a while, and then mine just took a crap. And they said they're going to send me a new one with decals, but I've yet to get it yet. So in here, all individually packaged. That's a little ridiculous. We have cool little magnet they always give you. We have 2 sets of 2. We got 4 valve guides, and I don't know which number is what, but they're for a 4G63 Eclipse. So there's those. Set those off to the side. File this. Go throw this on the toolbox. Surprised I don't already have that one. I've ordered from these guys a time or two, nothing crazy. I might actually have a few other ones. But, so there's one. So I better pull the packing slip out of this one. Just because. Here. Dang it. I was hoping to get, there's this one chick that has a talent that's ordered a lot of parts from Rock Auto, and she has her own magnet. I was kind of hoping to get that one. Here's the rest of my guides right there. They're supposed to be the right ones for 4G63 Eclipse. Go throw this one up there too. Wish this toolbox wasn't against the wall. I'd show you the almost decal bombed back. They're all parts that I've used. I get a lot of Summit stuff. their porting. Them and Jags, I use their porting kits. I have Wiseco pistons in that block. Kigley Racing is mostly Mitsubishi DSM specific brand. I have a lot of their components for my cylinder head. And you can get a... Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to see it, so screw it. Do it another time. I don't want to knock that stupid thing off. So, let's get into this next one. I don't know if we're going to be opening it upside down, more than likely, but is what it is. So, maybe ask me why I'm getting valve guides. And the reason being is that my sister's fiance has like a 97 or 98 Eclipse, Mitsubishi Eclipse GST, front wheel drive automatic, obviously turbo, 4G63. And he lets somebody work on it that doesn't know how to work on 4G63s. I mean, the person claims to be like an all-knowing automotive guru, and he works at a boat manufacturing company. So, I mean, take that as you will. I personally have gone to school to, as you can see, build engines. I have quite a few engine-specific building parts. Like, I mean, almost everybody in the mother has spring, you know, not spring, but I think the mailman coming. But not everybody has piston ring compressors. Not everyone has boxes full of valves. Actually, most people aren't going to have degree wheels or magnetic bases for said degree wheels. And I don't know anyone that just for shits and giggles, unless they know what they're doing, has 4G63 torque plates. But can tell, I'm clearly just a wannabe. I really don't know what I'm doing. I mean, a torque plate, what's it do? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't simulate the pressure of a cylinder head being bolted onto your block when honing. Some people bore with them. I just hone, because that's really where it matters. And you only degree camshafts if you really want the full effect of having camshafts, because essentially what in the hell is the point of having camshafts if you don't degree them? I've got GSC valve stem seals. I've got so many parts, so much stuff. I just had some speakers sitting on the side of my toolbox that fell off. Just loads and loads of engine building parts. Like, this person that messed the engine up did not do the timing belt correctly, and my sister's fiance had essentially just babied the car since all they did was change the cam seals, the camshaft seals in the cylinder head, which requires taking the cam gears off, because, you know, obviously you have to get behind them, and to do that you have to take the timing belt off, yada yada yada. Well, this kid did not and does not know how to do a timing belt correctly, nor does he have the tensioner tool, the threaded rod that goes through the timing belt mount, which releases tension on the belt, but it pushes your hydraulic tensioner back into its place, which you then pin it with the factory pin, or the grenade pin as people would call it. And then you use you don't have to use this till installation. There's a 2-prong piece that goes into your, people call it the happy face pulley, and it has a 7 or 8 millimeter hex head on it, and you put a certain Newton meter amount to it, or inch pounds, and you hold that, and as you do that you tighten it's a process. I'd have to have the engine here with a head and block all set up with the timing components, and I just don't have that. Otherwise I could show you guys that. It's not that hard of a task. Some people, most people, myself included, when you do it the first time, especially after you do it for the first time in months, years, however you have to do it, a few times to get it right. And there's a process. You do the timing belt, turn the engine over so many times, wait 15 minutes, come back, and check to see if you can push the pin back in and pull it out. And if you can, after it's been turned over and sat, it's good to go. Well, they clearly did nothing like this, and I know they had none of the special tools. So one night, not going to mention circumstances what happened, but my sister's fiance was going to pick my sister up somewhere late at night, pouring rain. He was flying down roads, going fast, and the car jumped timing. Bent every single valve, knocked all the rockers off the exhaust side. He needs a valve, pretty much a whole new cylinder head, but in this case we're rebuilding it. So I'm going to be doing the guides for him, because that's the most that I can do at this point in time. I don't have, obviously, does this look like a machine shop? No. I don't have a valve machine, you know, for grinding the tips, the angle off the tip, the seats, or not the seats, you know. Well, it's where the valve seats, it's the valve face. Valve grinder is what you'd call it. I don't have a head machine to do guides and seats, mostly seats, or cut your seats. Don't have a resurfacer, don't have a cleaning machine. I don't have none of that. I've got one tool that I'm going to show you guys here in a few seconds, that's it. But if you know what you're doing, which I do, because I've gone to school and I know how to do this stuff, it's simple as that. I mean, I still have people to this day that tell me I don't know what I'm doing. I've gone to school, bored, honed, line bored, put seats in, guides in. I've done full cylinder head rebuilds. I've done full cylinder head porting. Never had anything come back to me. Never once. And I've run chassis dynos, engine dynos. We've fabricated stuff. I've run lathes, mills. I've run CNC lathes and mills. Like, I've got it down, you know, like, but I still got people telling me I don't know what I'm doing. That's fine. I don't care. Proof's in the pudding. When finally I get enough money and a job, or, you know, the YouTube thing takes off or something like that, I'll have all this money. I'll get these cars running. And all these people talking shit, dude. Matter of time. Matter of time. I'll get you eventually. I will. And that's just, it is what it is. So let's get back to this package stuff. So here you can see the full box, or it wasn't the box. No, it's not. It's in this bag. These are the rest of the guides. There's really nothing special. They're barely different sizes for exhaust and intake. They have different valve. The valve heads have different sizes, but that's not really the point. It's the stems have different clearances, so they're a little bit different sized inside mostly. Outside's the same diameter, I believe. So there's that. And the one thing I would tell you guys is if you sell parts online, save your boxes and save your packaging. I've done it with my turbo that I got, my BorgWarner S467, and I've sold probably 6 parts in the last 6 months, and I've gone through all these packing peanuts, but it works. And I have, you know, I'm trying to sell a BorgWarner, but it hasn't sold yet, so I just keep, you know, I really have no intention to get rid of it. And here's my dad. He saves all this stuff for me too. So just save your stuff. Save yourself some money, because it's free to you anyway as you use it. So, got those. And this box, I don't want you guys, I really don't care if you guys see my address. Prefer if you didn't, but really I don't care. I mean, what's the worst you can do? You're going to come show up to my house and what? You're going to get shot if you try to, you know, mess with me? Because I got guns. There's no doubt about that. I'm just going to turn the camera off and cut the tape on this one, guys. Before we go any further, this is a name you guys need to know. If you're into 4G63s, real DSMs, which means anything with a 4G63 that's, you know, an Eclipse Talon laser from 89, 90 to 99, real DSM. It has to have 4G63 if it doesn't. Sorry, but you don't got one. Anyway, EPN. If you don't know the brand, familiarize yourself. eBay brand, but they sell quality stuff. Quality stuff. You're about to see what they sent me. I think it was under $120 actually. Full set of 16 valves, standard size. Stainless steel, swirl polished, with a, I believe, an undercut stem. They're cheap and they're just as good as anybody else. And actually, these are coming in differently. They're coming in a packaging, which they've never come before to me. But what I'm seeing is even better than what they used to. They used to just be individually packaged in a bag with no name on it. Now they have a name. And the name's a really, really good name. Let me show you guys. So these are the valves in the box, in their bag. And if you guys, some of you probably won't have a clue, but if you guys see that name, PEP, Precision Engine Parts, right there. These guys make quality stuff. This is like one of the places to get any valve train. You can get valve guides, carburetor, adapters, intake manifolds, flex plates, probably flywheels, dampeners, cranks, rods, valve covers, rockers, rocker studs, keepers, retainers. There was valve lash caps. I just seen something there, but I've got that. Yeah, they've got their own kind of valves and springs and, seats, guides, intake manifolds. Just anything you can think of. Bearings. Push rods, that's what I was. Valve stem seals. Amazing company. And to see this is actually, I didn't realize that they were still doing it, or that they did this under this brand, but I guess they are. And this is good stuff right here. This is good shit. This is how you get the valves, and these are going to be great. I'm actually going to, as soon as I have money, because I actually have my money into this right now, into these, for my sister's fiance. He'll be paying me back, but once I make money off of doing the valve work that I can do to the head, and delivering it to an actual machine shop to do the work, unless I can go to my old college and do the work on their machines, which I don't think is going to happen. I'll make enough money off of him, I'm sure, to buy some more of these myself. I know I have a set of these, but I'd like to get another set under the PEP name. I have no problem using the ones that don't have PEP on them, but it'd be nice to just, have PEP valves. I don't know. Is what it is. So those there, none of that's technically mine. This here is for me. This is a tool. I'm going to open this quick and then show you. Here is a tool I've had before and I liked a lot. But I was working at a machine shop in Fargo, North Dakota, and I didn't like the harassment I was receiving from the manager there. I worked there for less than 2 weeks, and I was being threatened to be fired because I was not working quick enough as an engine machinist, which, in engine machining, I really don't care who you are. If you're doing work on a customer's engine, you go at the speed that you feel is good, a comfortable speed, your own speed, not your manager, not your buddy working next to you, not a guy that stops in, or the customer's speed, your speed. Because you know why? You're the one doing the work. You're the one that might mess up and have a comeback, and have issues. That's not for you to have to deal with. When you're being rushed, bad things happen. It's simply put, that's what happens. So I left that job, and they actually were nice enough to keep my caliper, which you'll see me unbox right here. And I actually have a 5-gallon tank of diesel of mine too that I've asked to get in. Short of me just showing up there and getting it, they have no inclination of giving it to me. But actually, they They did try threatening to come after me for keeping uniforms that I never had. I had uniforms for them, but I brought them in the morning I brought in a resignation letter before the manager or anybody in the shop was even there. I brought all my dirty clothes, all the clean clothes, I dumped them, and then for, I think it was 4, 5, 6 months after, they were still trying to pin me with keeping their uniforms. And it didn't happen. They actually started calling, one time they got a hold of my dad somehow, and my dad said, "Oh, well, what about his caliper? He's got some tools and stuff." And they said, "Oh, well, we're not too worried about it now." They weren't too worried about the uniforms anymore. After they'd called me, I told them how many times, and they still said, "Well, we'll have to check." There's nothing to check. The fact of the matter is I don't have your stuff. So let's get into this here. Now, this is where this came from, Stars and Stripe Tools. This came from Duluth, Minnesota. I don't know if that's where these guys are from, but that's this is Duluth, Minnesota. And this is, I don't know, let's see. Yep, this isn't the exact one I had, but it was very, very similar. And I liked mine a lot. I mean, it's cheap. It was like $6, but it does the job. And I'll need this for setting the guide height in the cylinder head for how much this sticks out, this part here, how far that sticks out of the cylinder head. And, you know, I mean, it's a measuring tool. You don't have to have the most expensive one. You don't have to have the cheapest one. But, you know, whatever fits your budget and whatever gets the job done and is accurate. These are pretty accurate for at least everything I've ever done. It's just nice to have these to measure stuff. I'm used to measuring in not like a measuring tape. Like, you know, if I was putting these guides in, it's nice to just, you know, grab the thing and right onto the thing instead of you can't measure those with the tape measure. It's useless. This gives you an accurate reading of anything you want to measure. Thickness and everything. I could measure this blade for you guys right now. But, yeah. So there's that. We'll go back over the stuff that I got earlier that you guys didn't see. These here are clips and brake pads for my 90 Talon. These here play into the valves and guides. This is press fit lube for putting valve guides in. And this is a valve guide driver. That's the size. And these work perfect with 4G63 sized valves. If not, well, they technically do simulate kind of a valve by a little bit by this pilot, but actually these are for the guides. Pounding them out, pounding new ones in. You put this in air hammer and knock them out from the combustion side and then knock it in from the valve cover side right here. And I've already pulled this apart, tested the fit. They fit good. Not on these, but the ones that are in the cylinder head. And if those are the right ones, they'll fit the ones that are in the cylinder head now and those. So, yeah. There's just a little quick unboxing. At least with this stuff. Oh, I don't want to forget this. This here is for the Focus. I won't be using that one, I don't think. But look at this monstrous thing. This is for the Focus, the SVT. If you guys are wondering where the progress is coming on that, was relying on this book getting here, and finally it has. So I'm going to clean up now, guys. You got an overview of what's to come. Lots of boxes, lots of parts, lots of projects. With that said, stay tuned, you know. Subscribe, share with your friends so they can subscribe too, and, you know, share my videos on your Facebook, your Twitter, whatever. If you'd have some machinist friends, or if you know anybody hiring a machinist, I'd possibly consider a job. I'd like to show off the kind of stuff I do. Obviously I can't do that right now with more machinery, but at some point in time I will be finishing this engine here. This should see quite a bit of horsepower if all goes as planned. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go there. Take it easy, comment, rate, subscribe. I guess it's not rate anymore, it's like. So like, not rate. But thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.